In my quest to leave a mark on the culture and make hip hop proud, I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of The Essence. The Essence is presented by 10 TV and Validated Magazine, and I am your host, KB Tyndall. Today, I have a legendary voice with me that if you have followed hip hop culture over the last 20 years, you should definitely know, 20 plus years to be exact. She's a Howard University graduate. She started a career at WPGC 1580 AM in DC. She eventually moved on to host the #1 night show on WKYS Kiss FM. She went on from there to co-host the morning show on Hot 97 in New York City. And then she moved on over to Power 105 in New York as well. Eventually, she went back to WPGC 95.9 FM in DC. There might be some things that I might be missing along the way as far as her journey is concerned. But she's been a host on BET's Rap City and MTV's HipHop and Soul MTV News. She's been a great judge and person on BET's 106 & Park. Nowadays, you can find her raspy voice holding it down on Florida Culture on Thursdays through Saturdays from 8 to 10 p.m. on Taste Radio 1, which is on the Dash Radio Network, and on weekends on Magic 95.5 in Baltimore. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one, the only STEPH LOVA to The Essence.
Thank you. That was very thorough.
Thank you.
I'm happy to be here on The Essence. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you
for having me. Appreciate you, B.
Glad having you. For real.
Happy to be here, kid. Women's History Month. So, I've been trying to make some my whole career.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
I liked on your Instagram, it said you're a mother first, a radio lover, a DJ, and a sports junkie. That combination is awesome. It doesn't get much better than those combinations.
I get bored real easy. So, I need things to keep my mind occupied. I'm West Indian, so you know what they say about the Jamaican brethren. We wear many hats, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm from New York, so, I'm used to multitasking, having a lot of information and stimulus come at me and, kind of juggling and doing a lot of things at once. So, I like to be busy. Some people like to, have nothing to do. I love having my to-do list at the top of the day and just periodically checking things off.
That's what's up. Let's go back to the beginning just a little bit. Where exactly did the name STEPH LOVA come from? And the reason that I ask is because early in the 2000s, there was only two lovers. There was you and there was Ed Lover. Like that was that.
And we worked together.
And you guys worked together, exactly. So how did you pull up the name, STEPH LOVA?
Well, I was in the Zulu Nation back in the day,
Okay.
A derivative of, everybody was wearing the beads and such. And, my crew, we thought we was, flipping these dudes like burgers. So we was all lovers, you know what I'm saying? My whole crew was a lover, you know what I'm saying? LOVER. And it was my best friend, Tiff Lover. And then we had, Josh Lover. It was so many lovers, that was just kind of the thing, for us back then.
Right.
And then, just as time went on, I never changed it. Like, I've had other names and stuff, but a friend of mine in college, one day I was doing something and he was like, yo, why do you call yourself STEPH Lover? Nobody calls you Lover. Everybody says Lover. Like they just call me Lover. Like,
Yeah.
And it kind of made sense. So when I hooked up with Ed Lover, it was so funny that in the beginning, he didn't know me. So he kind of had an issue with another lover. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was spelled differently. So when I first started at Hot 97, I was Big STEPH. I had to adjust for the big guy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
After we started working together, he was like, all right, Lover, you cool. Like, but I mean, you gotta defer to the OG.
Yeah.
And people always ask me that, like, why'd you keep that? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't really, the old thing, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I didn't really see a name to, I didn't really see a need to change it or it's not like I was a rapper. I wasn't trying to, wasn't trying to drop an album or nothing. So
everybody took it that way a little bit, like, cause that was from the era where you couldn't bite. You know what I mean? So
right. But for me, more so now, the name is like, STEPH Love Her. It's like, love her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out here like trying to, pimp the game. It's not a whole, it's just like, it's about the love. And like, that's the reason I got into hip hop. It was mostly about the love. I still love it. It's like the biggest love affair of my life has been hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Kind of probably why the reason I'm not married, because I had a lifelong partner, and sometimes they just don't understand that they'll always everybody always be second to the music.
The passion and the love for the culture always comes first, man. It does.
Even my daughter, even my daughter, she know when mommy gotta go to work or you at basketball practice, you might not be practicing today, sis. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just this love affair. That's kind of where it started. Like back in the day, just, running around, being a teenager. And, my best friend, she wound up passing away. So I kind of kept the name as like a tribute to her, like, because I loved her. Like she was Tip lover, STEPH lover. And real quick, Drake, one day, I forget what song, but remember he goes, Tiffany, Stephanie, they used to always come check for me. And I swear to God, if she was alive, as I'm sitting here talking to you, she would have told everybody, my homegirl, she on the radio, she know that nigga. He wrote that for us. That's it. I don't know Drake like that, but I'm pretty sure she would have, because, when he came out with the track, I'm like, oh shit, that's my bestie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it just makes me feel, that's how hip hop makes me, it just makes me feel good. Because even though that's the furthest from the truth, I know had she been alive, she would have told everybody. She would have
told everybody that,
she thinks, I'm going to Rio, that's my friend. She know everybody. He shouted us out because,
No doubt.
And I would have been like, yo, man, damn, what am I saying? That didn't happen?
Yeah, so definitely.
Just, stories like that, just, it just makes me, love it that much more that, she's still riding with me in that sense. So, I'll never change anything to get with the times. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
It's not my style. Yeah.
No doubt. What was your absolute earliest memory of hip hop?
My first memory of hip hop was my dad. My dad, he used to always be like, STEPH, that's all you always asking for, $1. This song is for you. $1 bill, y'all. $1 bill, y'all. I'm taking it there, and I was a kid, but I remember it was a rap, and I do remember that. And it was my father. He introduced me to that, and he used to be like, yeah, you're gonna like this joint. And he played the Blondie joint. I don't even remember how that. I just remember the video of her in like a burnt up car and
the Rapture joint, with Fat Five.
The and the Rap Attack, and then Ralph McDaniels and all that shit. So definitely. I was a fan from the beginning. Like I was on the sidelines from the very, very beginning. I just had to figure out how to get in the game. Like I started out trying to be an artist, but I really wasn't. At the time, like the artist that was out, like I really wasn't for all of that, like showing my body and, talking crazy. Like I was more of the boss era, like, female independence, empowerment, and like that kind of shit. And that shit didn't mesh. You know what I'm saying? They like, you tall, light skin, take that shit off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got some records to sell over here. But I love that these females nowadays that they own that shit. Like
they own it for sure.
Megan,
definitely.
You ain't got to worry about Megan talking about none of her, activities. She let you know what she's trying to get, how she about to get it. And I love that. That's female empowerment. It used to be exploitation, but now it's empowerment.
That's true. Absolutely. So I got to ask you this. I know you had the honor of meeting one of the greats, Notorious B.I.G., before he passed away. Can you tell me about his energy when you met him? And where were you at the day that you found out that he passed away?
Wow. So, okay. So I met Big twice. So I had a friend of mine that I went to college with that her brother was a Tribe Called Quest DJ.
Okay.
So he would, what is it, Muhammad? So he would give us access and shit. Like when we were at college, he would give us access when Big and all of these people came down. They would always stay at the Howard. It was a Howard hotel right next to the Starbucks. It was everybody stayed. If you was going to Howard or you doing Howard homecoming, that's where you stayed. It wasn't all this fancy shit in Georgetown. You know what I'm saying? So we was over there, and they were staying in the hotel, and we went up and we was hanging out with Craig Mack in the hallway, and Big came by, and him and Diddy, and that was like the first time we met, and it was just kind of high and by. But later that night, we went into the room and they was playing dice, and he was so animated, and it was just like, wow, you know, you forget these niggas ain't but 2 weeks removed from the block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But
definitely.
You know, when they're presented to you in this larger than life format, you're like, wow, look at them, they playing dice. Knowing damn well I done seen 100 niggas play dice. But then it was one time he came down Howard homecoming, and it was the only time that I believe him and Meth performed the What together.
What? Okay.
It was one time, and I remember this so vividly. It was in a library, and when the beat came on, the book started falling off the, you know, it was like one of these libraries, and the book started literally, the shit was shaking. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. You know, just one of those things. And then this was like 2 weeks after he married Faith, and he was backstage having a water gun fight. You know, just like little stuff like that is etched in my mind. I'm mad that I never got to interview Big. Actually, when he got killed, it was like he was just starting his promo run. It was gonna be the Vibe Awards, and then he was hopping state. So we had him on the calendar. We was counting down like I love Big. So we was counting down, and it never happened. It was like, you know, I think Big was the first non-family member that I ever cried for. Like that wasn't a family that I knew personally, and you know, because it was a sad day. It was a sad day. And what was the other thing you asked me?
Where were you at when you heard the news that he passed away?
No, we was just in the crib. My old boss, Mike Fox. Mike works at Hot 97 now. He called me, and I remember it was a Sunday. And I never worked on Sunday. I worked Monday through Saturday. I used to do nights. And, you know, so Saturday night, we would party hard and sleep all day Sunday, more or less. You know, you in your 20s, just go hard, go home. And he called me on Sunday, was like, yo, I need you to come in. I'm like, nigga, I don't work on Sunday. You know that. And he was like, listen, wake your ass up, get in here. Big is dead. You know, he said it like so matter of fact. And I was like, no, nigga got shot. Like, niggas get shot every day, B.
Every day, B, for real.
Because remember when Tupac had got shot and he died 7 days later. So it was like, no, niggas don't get killed. Niggas get shot. And, you know, and he was like, he's dead, stuff like you have to come and do a dedication. Wow. And I just bust out crying, like, damn. Like, that shit hurt me to my heart. Like, the only time I ever see my father cry was when we was riding we heard on the radio Marvin Gaye died. And that was my equivalent. Because I've never seen my father cry. When his brother died, you know what I'm saying? All these things that happened in his life, I never see my father cry except when we heard Marvin Gaye died. And that's how profound some of these artists and, you know, hip hop or whatever genre you listen to, it's like, it's a part of our lives. It's very personal. You know, hip hop is super personal to me. Like, I've been got into a fight about who's the greatest rapper, you know, all of that. Like, I done seen like best friends like log off. Like, you know what? We can't be friends if you think Tupac is da. You be like, you know, he's done 30 years. Like, but it's definitely something like, you know, that people always wonder why our era, that they love the 90s so much, why they love that era. Because to me, that was the realest era. It was before the money. You know, the money was coming.
It was
the
coming.
Money wasn't the factor.
Right.
It was like it came cool. You know,
it was
that's
still the art. The art
shit.
was still first. Yeah.
It was always about the. You know, I don't think Biggie was rhyming for the money. He knew it. That was gonna get. He was gonna. Diddy was gonna get him to the bag.
Right.
But he was just. You know, he was.
He just wanted to be the best MC.
He was conscious about bringing the East Coast back.
Yep,
don't think Biggie was lost on that. He wasn't lost on. He was the fuck. You know, he was the savior that was gonna bring the shit back.
Right.
That was. He understood that was the assignment. You know, he knew that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he knew what came with that, but he definitely knew that was the assignment. That was the goal.
Got you. Now I saw you on I did some research and I saw you on an old episode of Teen Summit on BET, and you were talking about the deaths. You were talking about the deaths of Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah,
and how you felt like hip hop, and it wasn't hip hop's fault. It wasn't the music's fault that they were killed. But unfortunately, like we're still losing a lot of our young kings. Like, you know, we lost Pop Smoke, we lost King Von. Like these young guys are really dying at a rapid rate due to a lot of violence. For nothing. So what would you say like to this generation of artists about what they need to change so that we don't continue being the only genre of music that kills its own people, man?
Yo, they said, I heard to date, what are we, 3 months in? I heard to date, oh, hang on 1 second. My bad. It's my daughter's phone, that shit won't stop. I heard to date, we're 3 months into 2022, and they said it's already been 200 rappers that got killed. That sounds a little excessive, 200, but I don't think all of them like have dropped albums, but you know, if they got a mixtape or they got a YouTube, they consider the rapper.
Right.
All I would say, like for real, you know, it's you got to look at society as a whole. A lot of these kids don't see no future. You know, they don't see no tomorrow.
They don't see nothing outside of their neighborhood.
They are really living for the night. You know, like it was exciting going to a club back in the day, and you know something might pop off because you never anticipated getting killed. Like it was always. You know, all right, somebody shooting in the air, everybody scatter, like, you know, bullshit. Yep. It never was turn on the lights and you stepping over bodies. Like these kids.
Somebody might get robbed, you might see a good fist fight, but
it's like different. It's like social media really make these kids want things that they really, you know, they shouldn't, you know, have that level of thirst to attain. But when you constantly see shit in your face, and you know, I can understand that it could get overwhelming. That you think if you get these things, that your life will be better or you'll be more lit. And then you know the violence part about it. You know, it's been violence before hip hop, so they can stop that. But I do think the constant taunting, the constant, you know, I seen something where dude was like having sex with one of his ops baby moms over his gravesite. Like, where do y'all even think of this? Like,
talk about fire.
How disrespect. And then it was like one that he did a video of like his ops grave, he's peeing on the ops grave, and then they shot up his car with his kid in it. Like, what did you expect was gonna happen? Like that's the part that's so amazing to me, is like it's a two-way street. Y'all do something gonna get done. Y'all ain't figured that part out yet. You know that it's you know, live to fight another day. I just don't understand it. The only good advice I could give them is to relax. I mean, relax.
You got your whole life ahead of you, man.
Cause in the box, they're gonna forget about you. And you know, look at my man Casanova now. He's screaming at the top of his lungs, and niggas is like, because when you're in the box or in the box, the idea is to, you know, stay out here. You know, things eventually get better. Like hip hop is way different. Remember, hip hop was super homophobic. Now some guy from TDE, he just got outed. Or whatever, somebody dropped a video of him doing whatever. I saw that. His career ain't over.
Nah, I don't know.
Mr. C at High 97, he got blown up. His career ain't over. Mr. C. Shit, Mr. C out here doing gay pride and some more shit. He done turned it all around.
You got a whole nother group of people that's gonna love you.
Live your truth. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these kids, that street life, that's not your truth. You're out here trying to be something you're not. So when some real niggas run down on you, what you gonna do? You gonna call a cop? Like look at 6ix9ine. Now the money running out. Now what?
Yeah, the money gone. Now you can't talk about that shit.
You super vulnerable, kid.
Yeah, you should have just stuck to rapping because you had a nice little audience that was some diehard fans for you.
I would have stuck to 50 Cent like glue. You crazy? 50 Cent would have been my daddy.
Yep, that's what he should have done. Like, that's exactly what he should have done.
But you know, that's the nature of hip hop was very competitive. Just like, you know, the radio game, like we're all competitive people. Everybody in this shit. If you're in the entertainment business, you a risk taker. You know, because nothing's promised in this shit. Like, you know, a lot of my radio contracts are a year to year.
Right.
Like you don't even know how long you're gonna be in that town. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Like you just that's and if you don't have the stomach for that, if you're not, then don't do it. Don't
that kind of like takes me to my next question.
Hang on 1 second, my battery running low. I don't want to
okay.
Don't go cut off on this. My bad. Oh, here we go. I got it. Sorry about that. Okay, go right ahead. My bad.
So it brings me to my next question. Like I know the journey for a radio personality is similar to the journey of a recording artist. Like you said, like you could be at one station one year and you could be somewhere else the next year, and you constantly moving around and you know, just trying to stay busy and trying to stay involved. What are some of the sacrifices that you've had to make over the years because you invested so much in your artistry as a personality?
You know, I think, you know, like a lot of personal sacrifices, like anything else, like, you know, if you watch Kobe, how obsessive he was about basketball. It's the same thing about anything you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? If you're a scientist and you want to find a cure to, look how quick they came up with the cure for COVID, goddamn. With, you know, I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? But I just think, you know, you to be good or great at anything, you have to be a little selfish, a little bit obsessive, you know, a little anal.
Right.
And I'm all of those things, you know what I'm saying? Like over the years, I've learned how to, you know, loosen up because, you know, I got a daughter, like my daughter's 14, I only got one, so I got to get it right, you know? And I never wanted, you know, it to be a situation where she felt like I wasn't around. You know, you always hear these stories of these kids, you know, the parents give them everything in the world and they hate their parents because they weren't there. The one thing they couldn't afford to give them was time.
Time, yeah.
You know, so it's a funny thing, you know, during the pandemic, we was there, you know, that was like 3 years from when she was, you know, 12 to 14. That
right.
We was basically on top of each other at that point. You know, as far as living arrangements and stuff. So, you know, that busy stuff like really got slowed down to a livable pace. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes this you chase the check so crazy trying to provide for said child that you forget the most important thing, which is being there.
Right.
You know, and I try not to forget that. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
Like I said, I only got one daughter, so you know I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be, you know, I know a lot of women in this business that are really successful, amazing careers, big dogs, and they have no personal life. They don't have a husband. They don't have a child. All they have is pictures at events with celebrities that wouldn't call them up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's all they have. And then one day the job is taken from them. And then what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was super mindful of that. Not like I was trying to have a baby, but you know, when it happened, I welcomed it because I was like, well, God's plan. Like
this God's plan. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this must be the time that you know, I need to slow it down or start you know, thinking bigger picture life, you know, after radio. I'll always love radio. Radio is always the denominator, but you know, after I had my daughter, I start thinking about other stuff, you know, real estate, investing in real estate, and you know, I started a company, and you know, just doing a lot of independent stuff that is not about a check. Somebody, you know, it's about making my own way. You know, you gotta have like 4 or 5 incomes. Be like, it's really crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Like I never wanted to be dependent on anything, because I've been at radio stations that literally they'll come in, and I've been at a station that they be like, well, this is the last day of this station. Tomorrow y'all all have to find another way. Like what?
Just like that. Yeah.
Who can you get mad at?
Yeah.
You know, when they lay off everybody, it's not like, damn, you couldn't give me a heads up. It just be like that sometimes. You know, I've learned that I don't take none of this shit personally. You know, some people take it super personally. One thing about the pandemic that was weird is that it happened to all of us. It happened to everybody. So, you know, I used to always tell people, you feeling bad for yourself. What you feeling bad for? You acting like it happened to you. It happened to everybody.
It happened to everybody. Yeah, we all got to go through this. Yeah, absolutely.
It happened to everybody. So don't feel isolated, like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. That's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is God telling everybody sit down. Like all of y'all, like
take a breather, sit down, be easy.
Yeah, all of y'all got on my nerve. Everybody in time out. So,
no doubt.
It's a learning experience, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about your show For the Culture, and also what you bring to the airwaves on Taste Radio 1.
Okay, so think of Dash Radio is like Sirius XM. So Dash is the umbrella, that's the bubble. And then underneath they have, you know, Dash Pop, Dash, you know, just like XM would have, you know, Shade 45, or, you know, the hip hop channel, same premise. So Taste is their hip hop station. My man DJ Sus One, he does the morning show on Taste, and I pretty much do their evening show, which is, you know, Thursday 8 to 10. And it's really like a younger station. It's like a lot of unknown artists, or a lot of artists like just breaking through. It's a lot of trap, a lot of drill, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't say it's a lot of the our traditional artists like the Jay-Z's of the Jeezys of the world. You know, those to me are like that's the couture hip hop. That's the good hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's the linen. That's the linen hip hop.
Yeah, the fresh linen.
Yeah, that's the upgrade right there. But you know, if you want to get a bodega sandwich that come with the soda, then you know what I'm saying. Then the station for you. You know,
no doubt.
You know, and I think we're at that place. So it gives me a good balance. It's skewed younger, and more independent, a lot of independent artists. And then I'm in Baltimore, which is a Radio 1 station. It just brought me back after the pandemic, because, you know, radio, especially Black radio, took a hit. A lot of people started spending their dollars online, and it trickled down. It trickled down to the air personalities. So that's why you're wondering why the D.L. Hugleys and the Ricky Smileys of the world are syndicated in 50, 60 markets. That's why. Because the money's not there to pay talent locally. So when you're in, you know, New York, or let's say Philly, and you hearing somebody from North Carolina, and you like, the fuck? That's why. Because you have to support local radio. Remember back in the day when they used to say support PBS, public television? It's the same shit. Like, you gotta support, or you're gonna start hearing satellite radio. All you're gonna hear is music, and you know, no personalities, no news, no gossip, no
nothing.
You know, no nothing. If satellite radio was so dope, it would have took over. It would have shut all the personalities up. Niggas would have just been listening to music. You know, if their premise really work. But no, people want to hear interaction.
Yeah, I know when I listen, I want to hear personalities. I want to hear what's going on. I want to hear some
like,
gossip
don't talk
sometimes.
my head off.
Yeah,
don't talk my head off, but
exactly.
You know what's today? Oh, today in Black Women History Month. Oh, today in Women's History Month. Oh, Mary album just dropped.
Right,
oh shit.
Exactly.
You know, little tidbits like keep me up to speed with my pop culture. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the purpose is now. So out Radio One, and you know, Miss Hughes, she's the biggest urban radio broadcaster that we have. So I'm at one of her stations out in Baltimore, and it's an R&B station. It skews a little older, but what's weird about Baltimore that's unique is that Baltimore is like one of those 40 is the new 30. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird town because it's, even though they're older, they're very young spirited.
Gotcha.
Like there's so many shows that come through there and comedies. I mean, there's always something going on in Baltimore, and Baltimore like is really hit like as far as jobs and you know stuff like that. But the cultural side of Baltimore, listen, like it's really amazing. You know what I'm saying? I love that about it. So being on both of those stations gives me, you know, a nice blend. What we really do for the culture is we try to take it beyond just the radio show. You know, we do live skits, we do, you know, live performances. We bring elements of the show to live venues, like we just did. One of the elements in for the culture, the radio show is an element we spotlight indie artists. Called the Indie Artist Spotlight. So we just recently, we just did that live. So some of the artists you would hear on there, we brought them together live so that they could get, you know, have an even bigger platform to, you know, showcase their talent. So it's a lot more interactive, and that's just the digital age we're living in. You know what I'm saying? Like social media, you could pretty much, you know, do anything. Like
you got that right. Absolutely.
Like, if you got, you know, creative content, that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's what pushes the needle. Yeah.
No
just
doubt.
being creative and just doing what you do. People like genuine, you know, craziness, I think. You know, when you just being yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. I know when we had talked prior to the interview, you had told me that you were managing someone from Real Housewives or something like that. I don't know.
I was managing.
What happened with that?
Like a few, you know, like being in this business for so long, you always want to help. You know, you want to help people. You know, you want to hopefully help them avoid some of the booby traps, because you know it's a lot of vultures out here. I mean, you know, this entertainment business, you could really be an overnight success and wake up and be like, oh shit, and it'd be very overwhelming. And you know, the people that been doing this for a while, they know how to, you know, set them traps. You know what I'm saying? So it has started with you know, just dibbling, dabbling. A friend of mine had a daughter, you know, and we were working together, and then I kind of got my feet wet with that. Then I had started working with this young man named Miles Frost. And you know, he was an R&B artist, young kid. I was co-managing him with somebody. So the co-manager situation, like he kind of just wanted me to be, you know, like use all my allies, all my contacts, or like he didn't really want me to be a part of it. He just wanted to use my little black book. So you know, big up to Miles Frost. He's actually playing the lead role now in the version of Michael Jackson on Broadway.
Okay. All right.
So, you know, he's doing big things. Like, I don't know if he's with the other manager guy or not, but, you know, what it taught me is that if you're going to help somebody, if you're going to manage somebody, they got to be into it as much as you are. I can't want this more than you want this.
Right. You got that right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, when they want a manager, they want a babysitter. They want somebody to pay the bills. They want somebody, you know, pick up
borrow money from.
Borrow. I ain't gonna listen. I got a kid. I listen. No, it's a whole new era. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I got to Candace, me and her both went to Howard. She was on Housewives of Potomac. She wanted to.
Okay.
Was working with, rest in peace, Chucky Thompson. And Chucky was like, he was working on some other projects, but he was like, you want to work with her, go ahead. So he kind of alley-ooped me to her. We was working together. We had a really good working relationship, but then just down the line, some creative differences that, we're not working together no more. But, God bless. And it just taught me, like, when you in this, you just try different shit. Like,
absolutely.
Just what it is. I realized that management is not for me because I do not like babysitting the artists.
Yeah, I feel
like I tried because I believed in all of those artists.
Right.
That's one thing you have to believe in. If I'm gonna put my time, my money, my effort, I have to believe in what you're doing. But if you don't believe in what I'm doing, then we got a conundrum here.
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe all the shit I'm doing is for your best interest, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I retired from managing folk because it's like a child you didn't birth. Like if you're not gonna listen to my advice, or if you're not gonna, follow the plan that we set out, and then this is not gonna work. I can't keep starting from point A. Right. So God bless those artists. And,
that's it.
No bad blood. I never try to hang on to a situation that's dead. Like I'm one thing about this industry, it teaches you is to move on quickly. When I left PGC, I didn't say nothing. You just move on. You know what I'm saying? It's no point in lingering on that. You're not getting that back.
It's done.
You know
it's
what
over.
I'm saying? Eyes forward, move forward. Like it's like and that is equivalent to being an artist. It's like the next show or an athlete, next game.
Yep.
You
next city, whatever it is.
Yeah, you was 0 for 12. You here for a reason. Next game, I got to do better. And that's how I look at it. I never look back. On any of them old situations, I ain't got no animosity towards any of them peoples.
Right.
We all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just the working relationship just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, that's all.
What I chalked it up to.
Yeah, no doubt.
I always try to stay positive, B. I swear.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that angry black. You know what I mean? That's so easy to pin that on us. And I don't want to be that. Like, I don't want to be seen as, obviously we all get angry. Niggas do stupid shit every day. And of course, black women, we the most disrespected. We the most, you can run down the list, but you still can't react to it. It's a shame. Like you can't. What I just try to do is put my head down and look for the next opportunity. And then when I get to where I'm going and I have the power or the leverage or the ability, the bread, the bag, whatever, I'll just distance myself from them people because they always come back. They always come back. It's like some people embrace that. They love people under here sucking them off. I'm like this, nah, B, you had your
yeah, just keep it moving. Just keep it moving.
Yeah, like you're gonna shed your skin and bite me again. Nah, you can give you that opportunity twice.
I feel you, no doubt. Recently you met my favorite artist that I haven't met yet, God MC Rakim.
Time.
Now, considering that you've been around and interviewing celebrities for years, so I know you don't get starstruck, but I saw your post on Instagram about meeting Rakim, and tell me how that was for you, how special that was for you, and why it was special.
Let me tell you, Rakim the God. Rakim was Jay-Z before Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the swagger God. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was just more of an introvert, I think, than Jay. Jay know that he got to be out front to get them bees.
Right.
But Rakim, that wasn't, he was more behind that. But I just never crossed his path. It was just weird. Like, I spoke to him on the phone one time when I worked at Hot 97. We were doing like the top 5 MCs. And I was like, oh, Rakim.
Right.
He called up and Ed Lover gave me the phone. And I was like, but I had never physically met him. So when they told me I was hosting that for CIAA, I was like, oh yeah, bucket list. Because you know, to do this for as long as I've been doing this, you have to be a fan. You have to be a fan.
Got to be.
You know, because at some point the shit'll get old and you'll be like, on to the next. Like, I'm a fan. I'm a fan first and foremost. I mean, Big Daddy Kane was there too. Jazzy Jeff, like, you know, these people are the foundation of what I'm standing on.
Yeah.
You know, I've made a career in hip hop because of these artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in a roundabout way. So I had to give them their flowers and just acknowledge, like, I literally, when I met Rakim, I was speechless. Like, I couldn't express to this man, like, the love I have for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the love of his presence standing in front of me, I felt so blessed to be in his presence. I don't know if people could fathom what that means. You know what I'm saying? To really feel like God really put you here just for that moment. Like, and that sounds like crazy. Like, I know I sound like, yo, you bugging out.
Nah, because I understand exactly where you're coming from. For
real, like, it's a cycle.
He's one of those artists that if I got the chance to meet like, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, yo, I don't normally do this for no clout and taking pictures, but I need to get that picture with you.
I would have told, I stood next to the dressing room. I was hosting. He was like, we need you on stage. But I knew if he went on the stage, I wouldn't get my little minute. You wouldn't get your little minute.
Yeah.
I was hovering around his area. I kept hovering and I was asking, I just need to real quick before he get on stage, because afterwards he might not be in the mood and I can't chance that.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
I mean, he was so gracious. It was just one of those things, like, that you just like, wow. I'll never forget. If I never meet him again, like, I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
You're good. You met him once. That's it.
Because what he means to me, like, you know, like, I was a teenager, like, knowing, like, know the ledge. Knowledge, he brought a different element. It wasn't just Cat in the Hat and the Rat.
He changed the game.
Rhyming.
Yeah, man.
It was schematic. It was like you had to really think to piece that shit together. I still know niggas nowadays that don't know that know the ledge is knowledge. Like, you idiot. Like, you don't know that. Like, forget about it. Like, it's just like moments like that I cherish those moments because, those guys are elder statesmen. Like,
man.
Look at Biz. They need
to be heralded, man.
I met with Biz, a friend of mine, he was just like, yo, Biz want to see you. Just real random. My man Kenny K, he DJ with Biz a lot. He was like, yo, come over here. We having lunch. And I was like, he was like, just come on over. And something made me go. And 2 weeks later, so it's just like, thank God I went, because I normally, I would have went right home,
Right.
And he was just like, come on, just stop by, woo, woo. And I was like, all right, whatever,
Right.
And that was the last time I seen Biz. And I'm happy I'm happy I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was just like those little moments. Because you never know, like this.
Those little moments are priceless, man. They're priceless. They come and go so quick if you don't catch it.
And I think our genre of music, I'm glad people are in the mindset of giving niggas flowers and they would shit on the OGs, bro. They would treat them like shit. They broke this and that. That's because they was getting robbed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, they went through that so you could be living
down because he was getting robbed. Like,
they went through that so you could be getting what you getting today.
Like the old ball players. Like, you see how the old LeBron and them be looking at Kareem and them like, and Kareem and them, they just be looking at LeBron pocket like like, nigga, y'all niggas get $4 million a game, and nigga, that was 3 years salary. Like some of the stories, so I'm always mindful of that. Like, I'm always mindful, when I meet the new artists, like, I'm dying to meet like Kodak Black is one of my favorite artists. Okay. He might be ignorant, he might be this and that from the outside looking in, but I think there's depth to him.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I don't know. I would say 3/4 of the rap industry nowadays kind of stole his flow. Like his flow, like his cadence. I mean, Cardi pretty made a whole career off of his cadence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hadn't heard his version of Bodak Yellow. When I heard it, I was like, this owe him a check or something, me. Like, I never heard somebody take somebody's whole cadence. That's different than nigga biting your lyrics. That's
different than a line or
your cadence.
Yeah.
Your cadence is different.
Yeah.
And if you listen to Bodak Yellow and his shit, you're gonna be like, wow, all they did was jumble up the words. That's it.
Right. Crazy.
Man, I love it. I love hip hop, B. So like I said, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
A fan first. The same thing.
I'm a fan first. Yeah.
Absolutely. So my next question is, what was your most memorable moment in the industry up until now? Was it that Rakim moment, or was there another moment that was your most memorable?
No, I would say, damn, my most memorable, it's so many of them, I can't say one tops another, but I will say like one of them where I was like, damn, was when we interviewed Whitney Houston. Ooh. And it was such a big interview because she's Whitney, you know, she's the type of artist that is certain artists, Whitney, Mike, Madonna, ain't but a handful of them that they don't have to do nothing if they don't want it. They drop a project and they can go sleep. Yep. Niggas are paid to watch them snooze. And you know, it was like just one of them artists like Whitney, when she came in, you know, she was at that weird position that she wasn't superstar diva Whitney. She was still beloved, but she had to make a little bit of effort to let people know that I'm still here.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. You know, we got the interview, and it's funny, I don't have, if anybody got that interview, please send me a copy, because that's the only interview I don't have a copy of. And I just remember, like, you know, I couldn't stop staring at her. Like, I just kept staring at, because I'm just like, how does this person sing, like, got the gift from God himself? He just came and touched her. Like that to me was so amazing. How she was just so regular. She was just Jersey. Right. She was Jersey, you know.
Jerseyed out, regular. Yeah, for sure she was, definitely. Yeah.
And then I think another you know, as far as career-wise, was Barry Gordy. He had came in, we did an interview with him, and him telling us all his old stories about, you know, recording with the greats, and he had on Frank Sinatra's Ring. He said, you know, he told us how, you know, he orchestrated for Frank, and Frank, you know, held him down. Like Frank was, you know, back then, racial shit.
Yeah.
Frank was like, that's my band leader.
I got you.
In other words, saying like, if this nigga can't lead the band, then ain't gonna be no songs being sung. So I just thought that was dope that, you know, Frank Sinatra, like the goat of goats, you know what I'm saying? Like the real Hollywood movie star, superstar, you know, singer type nigga, like he had his ring on, like, wow, like, you know, like just little, you know, I'm a history buff, so, you know, all that stuff that you could touch, like, wow, yo, you know, just being in those moments, those little quiet moments, you know. I remember stepping out on the stage at Hot 97, and, you know, I'm from New York, and I remember plenty of days being in that audience. And then from the perspective of the stage, I remember I was just standing there and I was just looking out like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's an amazing feeling, like, you know, like you never think that type of stuff is going to happen to you. You know, I grew up in the projects, like, you don't never think good stuff is going to happen.
What part of New York you from?
I was born in the Bronx, but I grew up in Staten Island.
Okay, all right, I'm from Queens. I was born in the Bronx and grew up in Queens. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then I spent I spent some time in Jersey when I was in high school.
Okay.
But you know, I'm a New Yorker. Like I'm
sure.
a New Yorker through and through. So, you know, you hear about how that these summer jams selling out in 7 minutes and this and that. And then when I got there, I just was like, you know, like backstage, I was like, I can really talk to Missy. They go, oh my God, they go, you know, you have those little moments like you like a kid in a candy store. But I think the most important thing is like you really, and I tell my daughter this, like, yo, find something that you would do for free.
That you're passionate about, right?
Find something that you would absolutely, when nobody's looking, when nobody's around, when you dirty, you tired, that you would do. That no matter if somebody told you stop doing that you would still do it. Even for, you know, for the most important, you would do it for free when nobody's looking. There's no adulations to be had.
Right.
And that's the thing, and that's what I do. Like that's how I feel about hip hop and radio. It's like if it wasn't never no, broadcasting situations, I would still be putting little tapes together. You know, that's how I started. You know, I was always the music controller. I was always the one with the tapes, with the clue tapes. So y'all didn't listen to what I like. Shit, you know, I got all the tapes. So, you know, I'm the sole controller. So that's how I started. So even if it was never no money to be made, I was always still gonna be the one with all the tapes and all the new hip hop and all of that. So you know, it's just a blessing. I found an avenue to, you know, to eat.
No doubt.
While still enjoying enjoying the music.
Absolutely. How do you like to give back to the community? Is there a specific nonprofit that you deal with, or is it something that you have on your own? Like what's your way to really give back?
I mean, you know, I mentor. I always do a lot of community stuff. Whatever is asked of me, I try to, you know, extend myself. You know, I mentor, going to the schools, the whole nine. Okay. And I'm actually working on my first foundation. It's called WWW D, and that's a good friend of mine. He passed away. His name was Will. Will was just like always about helping the artists. You know, he was always trying to connect the dots, get an artist a platform to, you know, succeed. So it's called What Would Will Do? Okay. And you know, it's deeper than just the music. It's about, you know, helping out some of the females. Like we do stuff like around prom time. You know, we might help some of the young ladies in some of the high schools get a prom dress. They might can't afford one. So I'll get some of my friends, you know, to give me, you know, old ball gowns, prom dresses and such. And then the fellas, you know, we get them jackets or, you know, some dress shirts. And then I partnered up with New Era, and New Era was giving them hats and, you know, just to ease that burden a little bit, you know, around prom time. And yeah, you know, stuff like that. So that's dope. Yeah, for my man Will out here in DC, they have a basketball tournament in Berry Farms. It's called the Farms. So we do a day in there for Will. They do like I haven't gotten into a tournament yet. So it's just like that day is Will's day, and all the games are in dedication to him. Because, you know, we used to go out there and sit and watch the games all day long. That was my man. And you know, as a dedication to him, I partnered up with the park, and he passed away from kidney failure. So it's also to bring awareness to, you know, Black people be scared to go see what's wrong.
Yeah, one of my best friends passed away from kidney failure, so I know how that is.
And trying to get a donated kidney, you know, from Black people. Black people don't cut me up after I'm gone. Like, might save a life, you know. Yeah. There's a lot of kidney awareness and all of that stuff. You know, Will was a really good friend of mine. He was holding my hand when I pushed my daughter out. So that's how close we was.
That's how close I was. Yeah.
So, you know, he was a big part of the community down here in Washington, DC. So I just try to keep, you know, some of his vision alive, you know what I mean? And actually this year, we're probably gonna do like the first concert, you know, the pandemic just set everything back. So you know, hopefully we're gonna get it done this year. We did one in 2019, and we try to do it yearly, but hopefully this year will be, you know, the year we kick it off in June, that it would be the What We Will Do, you know, foundation concert to raise money to try to give a scholarship to one of the kids. He went to Bowie University so they could study music or, you know, pay for some books or something to help them out.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. Definitely.
Pay it forward. That's the name of the game. Just pay it forward.
For sure. Definitely. Definitely. What does hip hop mean to you? Hip
hop means everything to me. You know, it's a lifestyle. You know, it's not something you could turn off. You know, I'm hip hop 24 hours a day. It's funny, you know. Yeah. Because my daughter, you know, she's at the age now where she's like, wow, you know, I might be in the store, something come on, and I'll just be like,
I saw you doing the like the remix to Tay Rock.
I've been listening to a lot of battle rap lately. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been on my, like, quietly, my inner battle rap has just been just burning up. And like I love him, yo. I listened to I watched that clip so many times that I
watched it a few times when I saw you do it. I was like, yo, I gotta go back and watch that again.
Before I did it, I watched it because like his passion, you could see he wanted to really get that shit right. Like he was really cooking that dude. Like
who was that battle against? Because I was looking for the whole battle.
I mean, the dude's response was crazy. Like
who was it against?
I forget the guy's name. Another one of my guys is Charlie Clips. I love Charlie.
Right.
The guy he was battling, he got a hell of a lot of one-liners too. I forgot, light-skinned chubby kid. I forgot his name. Because he got the battles where he answered him and he had some one-liners. But Tay had the other line too, where he was like something about above the rim, and I had the razor, and I was cutting you up, and I'm cutting you, and it looked like the seatbelt don't buckle up. Boy, Like it's like you don't know where he's going with it until you get there, and then you like
grimy, boy.
Bro, like the battle. What always fascinated me about the battle dudes is like, I used to always be like, yo, none of these niggas make records. These niggas are some of the most prolific rhymers on earth, and it seems like none of them could make a record. But that's okay because they've niched out their own lane.
Yeah, it's hard to do what they do too.
I mean, can you name one battle rapper that was a legitimate battle rapper? Not Cassidy, how Cassidy was an artist and then
he was an artist first. Right.
I can't name one of them that was a battle rapper and then became a bona fide commercial artist.
No, I can't either. I know a lot of them that have done projects, you know, and made songs. But
none of them that had like a song. Like Cortez is my man.
Yeah, Tez is no joke too. Yeah, I like Tez.
Managed him, and I was like, Cortez, Cortez, this nigga then bought a house battle rapping.
I fuck with Tez heavy. Yeah,
I can't name one single from Cortez, and I love the kid. And that's the honest truth of it. You know
feel you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what it means to me. Like that in the long, drawn out, roundabout way, hip hop means everything to me. Like it is air. It's air to me. You know what I mean? Like if they said, Steph, we'll give you $100 million or no hip hop, I might have to ponder that shit. Like, well, what am I listen to? Like,
I can't enjoy that 100 million without being able to listen to some hip hop.
What we talking? Luther all day? What we doing? Like, what we doing? No. Miami bass? Shit, you know, it's such a big, meaningful part of my life that, you know, and it's been the constant throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? Like every time, like somebody count me out, or I'll, you know, I might leave a radio station or whatever. Like right around the corner, be hip hop. Be like, "What's up, bitch? What's up?" You know, I ain't forget about you. You know what I'm saying? Let's, you know. And you know, I'm in the sports. I have a sports show out here on the it's called Field Pass Sports.
Okay.
And again, it's sports, but the numerator is hip hop. It's music. So like pretty much everything I do, you know, the numerator, the denominator is hip hop, you know? And you know, I love that everything that hip hop has done for me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, you know what I mean?
No doubt,
like,
no doubt.
And you get out of it what you put into it, you know? Like I have a genuine love for this shit. Like I like the youngins, but I like my era too, you know?
Yeah,
like
for real.
I just like good music, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care where it's coming from. Like if it's coming from Louisiana or it's coming from, you know, Nottingham, Britain.
It don't really matter. You know? Yeah, it don't matter.
Some of the international hip hop, like when they be rhyming in French and all that, that just sound what? That just sound just
I got some stuff in my playlist that I don't know what the hell they saying, but it sounds fly as hell.
Online they had drill music in all you know, different languages. So they had drill music, French, Germany, African. Yo, the African niggas out there with no shoes on, like, yo, Bumba Clyde, right? Yo, and they was on their drill shit. And I was like, yo, listen, you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned, and that's funny that hip hop is a non-judgmental zone. You know what I'm saying? Keep your fucking opinions to yourself. Enjoy the music. That's it.
Enjoy the music, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love that about hip hop. If you notice, the homophobia is gone. The misogyny's kind of gone because women do it too. They be treating niggas like me too. You know, it's you know, you got white artists, Asian, Black, Latino. It's such a level playing field. It's really the melting pot that they I think they was talking about. This American dream is really hip hop. That's what the melting pot really is. Because you could come from any background and kick a rhyme. And if your shit hot,
you're gonna get that love no matter what.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look at the chick baddie. I'll be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the nigga Blueface, that nigga don't be on beat. I'll be like, okay, not the other nigga.
I can't be mad at you, man. You doing your thing. That's
it. No judge zone, baby. You like it, I love it.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Word.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Final question, man. What else are you working on? What should people be looking out for? Any kind of merch, anything like that? What's next on the horizon for STEPH Lover?
Oh, definitely. Well, let me tell you all, seeing you talk about merch, you know, I got a THC company because it's legal down here in these parts.
Okay.
So you can check my THC company. It's called MrNiceGuy.com.
Okay.
And being from New York, you know, we got the good nutcrackers, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No
doubt.
Down these parts, we got infused nutcrackers, baby.
Wow. Okay.
You dig?
That's what's up.
You know, I got the website. Obviously, I can't ship them to you. Sorry about that. But if you in New York or the Washington, D.C. area, holla at your girl, MrNiceGuy.com. You know, we got them in a couple of locations. We do pop-ups. And yeah, people seem to like it. Especially in the summer.
Definitely.
Yeah, besides that, I have to say, you know, I have a marketing and promotion company. We do events.
Okay.
We just did a bunch of stuff for, you know, Black History Month, stuff like that. We're always doing the mentorship. I'm working on like opening up a little sneaker store. Like I said, I'm a sneakerhead.
Okay.
So that's that's the long-term goals. Working on a little store situation.
Right.
And you know, the regular drill, I'm here, I DJ also, so I'm always doing weddings, anniversaries, and you know, stuff like that. Like I like to stay active, you know what I'm saying? Like being still is the devil's workshop. So I try to, you know, stay moving, stay active, keeps you young, keeps you out of trouble, you know what I'm saying? keeps your bank account up. So you know, just stuff like that. I'm doing a bunch of stuff here in DC. You know, I'm hosting a Emancipation Day coming up, which is big here in the city. You know, I'm BET Awards. I'm covering BET Awards for Dash. We'll be out at BET Awards. I'm probably covering the ESPYs for my sports show. Shit, I'm trying to get in the EDM concert at some point. Fuck with Shaq a little something. You know, but my whole thing is, you know, my motto, I think, for what I do is like, you know, do it for the love. The money will come. The money always comes.
No doubt.
And if it doesn't, you know, it wasn't meant to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's my motto, is just do it for the love, and the money always comes. But sometimes when you do it for the money, you know what I'm saying? The love isn't always there. And
it's not always the same. It ain't the same kind of love
you
either.
can't enjoy the money. You know, when you work for that money and you get it and you enjoy it, but when you got it in a roundabout way, it goes so fast and it doesn't feel as good, you know? Because you know you're wrong. Yeah. You know? You can't lie to yourself but for so long. So
that's a fact. That's a fact.
I try to be righteous. You know, I try to be righteous, and you know, I don't talk about it. I try to also be about it. You know, like you know, a lot of artists, you know, they coming out, they just want somebody to just agree with, you know, with whatever they doing. Like if you're a new artist, like don't just do it for the money. Like, I mean, you could want to be famous, you could want to put your family in a better situation.
Right.
It gotta be for something bigger than that. Like it you know, because
the passion's got to be more than just money.
It has to be for something bigger than that. It has to be for the message. You know what they say, the message in the music. That shit, that's timeless. You know, I think a lot of artists lose that. You know, they're so busy chasing the chains and all of that. Listen to these artists. These niggas be like, they depressed, they sitting in this mansion all alone. You know that old
That's true though. That's true.
Yeah, because when you're the only one that got it, you know, you become the prey, preyed upon. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, you know. So
everybody always got their hand out for something, man. You gotta be
careful. You know,
it's crazy.
You gotta be careful.
Definitely, Steph. Thank you so much. I know you don't do a lot of interviews, so double. Thank you.
You caught me. You really caught me. And I was in a great mood, so you got a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Tell everybody where they can follow you at on social media platforms and keep up with you.
Yeah, holla at your girl, Steph LOVA, was STEPH LOVA 100 100. I always try to keep it a buck. That's my IG. That's my Facebook. That's my Twitter. I'm not on Twitch and Paragon and all this extra shit. I can't listen. Ain't but 24 hours in a day, so I try to utilize at least 20 of them. They won't be on social media. You know, my favorite is IG though. If you hit me in the DM, need something, I'm usually pretty good at that.
Yeah, thank you. You answered me. You answered me quick as hell. You know?
Yeah, all those other like Facebook, and I was like, people, I invited you, I put the flyer on Facebook. Like, nigga, what?
Not even on Facebook, right?
The flyer on Facebook, so you really want me there.
You gotta put it on IG.
Yeah, then you text me and ask me why I didn't come. Nigga, you should have texted me and told me to come. Like, you was bugged out, you know? But yeah, man, I just try to, you know, just think about, you know, the positive things that has come out of this. It's been some negative shit too, you know, I can't front on that, but the positive stuff definitely outweighs the negative stuff. And when I mean the negative, like, you know, people gonna be jealous, discriminate against you, they're gonna have their favorites, they're gonna make it harder. But my mother always say, what's meant for you is yours.
That's right.
I kind of live by that premise. Like, I don't be trying, you know, to be putting square pegs in the round holes. You know, if you know, she's pretty wise in her old days. What's meant for you is yours. You know what I'm saying?
Got that right. That's a fact.
If it's written, it's already written. So
definitely.
That's that.
No doubt. Steph, thank you so much once again. I'll definitely see you on the other side. I know you're gonna keep doing your thing, and I'm definitely gonna be tapped in. So I appreciate you.
No doubt, baby. I appreciate you. It's been amazing right here on The Essence with you. Big shout out going out to the mag, Big V. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all showing me the love.
Absolutely.
And I had a good time talking to you. Thank you.
No doubt. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Take care.
All right. Peace.